What's up, world? It's your boy Jack. Man, quick little check-in. So, I'm gonna be vulnerable and transparent as possible with you, right? So, those of you guys that know me know that we do a lot at Peer to Peer, and we do an annual sleeping bag drive, right? Something that really started on a whim, has truly evolved and grown, man, in ways that I could only dream of, right? And I promise you, it was a dream. It was a vision, right? I mean, man, it's a lot, right? Man, it's just this thing started off. Peer to peer started off just me wanting to change the system from within, right? You know, we have our soldiers and boots on the ground. I'm part of that crew, and we do a lot of good work. But I also know, in order to help change the system, I have to be amongst the system, right? What do you mean by that, Jack? I got to be a part of the conversation, right? When the city of Dallas is at the table talking about budget and healthcare and things of that nature, right? You know, being a person that has received services as well as now providing services and being a resource, I need to be knowing what's being said at that said table. A wise person once said, if you don't have a seat at the table, then you the meal. And I love that quote, right? Not mine. But yeah, I'm the meal. They're discussing my life, my livelihood, you know. But I digressed a little bit. But what I really wanted to do was I wanted to get on here and tell you guys the behind the scenes raw vision behind the sleeping bag drive this year, right? We've never done, I've never done an event of this magnitude, let me be honest. I've done a few events, but that just came with people helping me along the way, and not that people didn't help me this time, but 1,000 sleeping bags, y'all. I woke up one day and God just said, go for 1,000. Like, He's already showed it to me. This was the fourth one. You know, the first year I only wanted 50 sleeping bags, and I got like 125, right? I didn't pay no mind, no big deal, right? I just felt like we did what we had to do. And then the second year, I think I wanted like a couple of hundred, and I got 3 plus. You know what I'm saying? Last year I said, okay, let's increase it. Let me do 300. I know we can get 300, and we ended up with like 454. And so I sat with that all year up until the summer, and I said, you know what? We're gonna do 1,000. God done showed you that you do the work, He'll do the rest. And I was like, okay, you sure, God? That's a whole bunch. Dollar-wise, right? Let's be clear. I'm broke as they come. I don't have a whole bunch of money. I give everything I got to everybody I can whenever, and high up or sometimes, right? 1,000 sleeping bags translates into like $10,000, right? My little brain couldn't fathom $10,000 like that. So I I don't know the word I want to use. I switched it out, right? I just made it sleeping bags. And so I knew I could focus on the sleeping bags. If I focused on the number count of the bags, the dollar amount wouldn't matter, right? And so the goal became 1,000. But for me, y'all, it was bigger than the sleeping bags, right? Um, for me, y'all, it was about me learning how to walk in my purpose. For me, y'all, it was me learning how to stand on faith. Um, for me, y'all, it was about learning how to believe in myself. And that's always been a thing for me my whole life, right? Um, for me, I was learning about trusting people, right? Seeing people for who they are, seeing people for who they're not, who they're yet to become, right? You know, um, I try to surround myself with like-minded people and great people, right? And good people that want to help the people, you know? Um, and I just put it out there to the community, man, and y'all answer the call, man. We've got donations as far as Maine, like up in Vermont. Thank you, Scott Rogers. We got people loading up their family and bringing sleeping bags from as far as San Antonio Saturday, right? Ever since I was a kid, I felt like I've been rejected. And so a part of my trauma is rejection, fear of rejection, right? And man, I was so fucking scared to like say it out loud. Yeah, we shooting for 1,000 sleeping bags, right? And then I don't know where the fuck it came from. I think it was me and ego, but God worked it out, and I decided to have Feeding Forgotten in 2 counties, and then make it doubly hard and say on the same day, right? I've been doing this since September, y'all, and I just stayed focused. I just trusted God. I just did the work. You know what I'm saying? I just believed in myself. For the first time in my life, I decided to believe in myself, and I didn't care who knew it, right? I always dumb it down around people out of fear of rejection. I always stay at a certain plateau, right? A certain baseline because I'm comfortable there, you know? The sleeping bag drive was designed to push me out of that said comfort zone, and I did. I've walked in banks and asked for sponsorships. I've never done that. You know, I'll talk myself out of it. Jack, you a black man going in a white bank trying to ask them to donate to a cause. That's how my brain thinks, you know? And God told me, hey, get them shenanigans out your head, get that madness out your head, go do what you know to do. Use your skills, you know? I didn't get a sponsor, a bank sponsor. I got a couple of sponsors, let me be clear. But I didn't get a bank sponsor this time, and I wasn't upset about it. I wasn't mad about it. I did the work, and I know I can now, right? The sleeping bag drive was about proving it to myself, right? I've been running around here mad and scarred forever. Traumatized, man, you know. Scared to have a birthday party because there's nobody to show up type shit, right? The sleeping bag drive was about showing my kids that their daddy is somebody somebody great, man. That's even hard for me to say. That their daddy is more than a thug and a drug dealer and a convict, right? I do this for them, right? I do this for my grandson, right? That's what the sleeping bag drive was really about. It was about family. bringing families together. And I ain't talking about the families that share DNA all the time either, right? It was about getting the community involved, right? Man, we got Kaufman County, the Republican women of Kaufman County, and several churches down in that area. We got law offices, right? Houston Smith, thank you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, people in a whole nother county. They don't know me, right? They just believed in the cause. And they came, right? You know, Tarrant County, man, Oxford House, Vita Nova, right? Y'all doing y'all thing. Pastor Harris, man. That man told me one time, Jack, I got you. And I knew, like, just by him, like, we've worked together long enough to know, I know if he say he got me, bro. And that was just about me learning how to trust people, right? You know, because I don't trust. I got trust issues. You know, I've been let down a lot. You know? But thank you, bro. And, you know, I'd be less than a man if I didn't acknowledge this one person, man. Like, she literally, like, jumped in and put the sleeping bag drive on her shoulders. And she locked in, and I know if I'm drained, she drained. You know what I'm saying? Because she did a lot of this hard work, you know. Her and her family are actually cooking, preparing the meal. And they've been doing it all week with a smile on their face, you know, enjoying their heart. Miss Keisha Miller and the Huey family and the Miller family, man, I love you guys, I promise, you know. Y'all don't know me from Adam, right? And just said, hey, I believe in you, let's go. And I've never had that. And it feels awkward and it feels strange to talk about it out loud, you know. Chelsea Collier, man, she spoke something into the universe and it happened, you know. We were going over game plan and she said, hey, weren't you on the news last year? And I said, oh, yeah. She said, well, you need to try to get back on the news. And I was like, I don't know if lightning's going to strike twice at NBC. She said, well, you need to get on Good Morning Texas on ABC. I looked her in the eyes and I was like, man, hey, I don't have a plug for ABC. And then a colleague, he reached out to the station and he informed me that he had no avail. And so I attended an event, right? And a gentleman by the name of Scoop that works at ABC was at the event previously and this year. And this year he was the MC. And so I went up and I spoke to him. And I was really just trying to talk the man into donating a few sleeping bags, right? And I told him what we were doing. And he's like, man, we got to get you on the show. And I was like, huh? He was like, yeah, just contact me and we're going to get you on the show. I'm running by a producer, right? And he did. And just the other day, just when I thought it wasn't going to happen, God turned around and showed me like, hey, bro, I told you I got this. Just do the work. And I get an email saying, hey, Jack, we want to know if you want to be on the show. Love to have you. Boom, boom, boom. And next thing you know, I'm on Good Morning Texas, right? With Jay McGarry. Got to see Aaron. And thank you, Brittany Johnson. And, I mean, I could rant on and on, man, but I just wanted y'all to know what's going on behind the scenes, right? Where the drive come from, you know? Believe in yourself when nobody else do. Listen to God when everybody else is talking bullshit. You know? Go what's in here, not what's in here. You know what I'm saying? Do the right thing for the right reason is what they tell me. It's what I've been taught, and that's what I truly believe in, right? You know, people often tell me, man, I done had 2 people come up to me and tell me I saved their life. And it felt so weird. You know, all my life I craved a data boy, and then when given that data boy, it feels weird. It's uncomfortable. It sits and hits differently. Why? Because I ain't never experienced it before. God made a way for me to experience that, right? And that's not about me bragging or boasting. It's just like, oh my God, like people say that all the time, and I blow it off. I minimize it, you know. Thank you, everybody that continues to tell me that, and thank you to everybody that continues to tell me they believe. We did it, y'all. Thank y'all. I don't know if that made any sense, man. Sorry for the long rant, but you know, I often say this little cliche: I love you, guys love you. Try loving yourself. I always leave this yourself part out. Not anymore. Try loving yourself, man. Walk through your fears. You know what I'm saying? And put your mind to it, and you can do anything you ever thought you wanted to do. All right. I don't know if this made any sense, but I needed to get this out. Peace.